Well, folks, good morning and welcome back to this week's edition of Houston County News. Hey there. I'm messenger reporter Greg Ritchie. It's so nice to have you along with us. What a show we have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we're going to have a big group of our Houston County Fair ambassadors come by and introduce themselves. We're really fortunate to have them, and we're going to have a few of them next week as we move into the fair, which is starting next weekend, by the way. Also, we're going to have KJ Johnson on the show. And, boy, he has been through it, spent months and months in hospital, just got home, and we asked him to come by and just kind of tell us what's going on in his world and how he is feeling. Also, Crockett Housing Authority, they finally pulled the trigger. They fired their executive director. Well, you know who was there, and I've got a video of it, and we're going to look at that today. Also, Crockett City Council voting for a big fireworks show for July 4th, which is nice, but not without a scandal. And we've got a little video of that as well, plus some other things. And as always, Miss Kendall Hickson. Kendall, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey, we missed you last week. I know you're under the weather. Are you feeling better now?
Yes, 100%.
Well, you know, when you buy Thai food from that old man's, the trunk of his car.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it.
It's just that good. Now, before we get started, you're actually going to be appearing a little later on the show.
Yes.
In your official ambassador vest. But Peyton forgot to tell me she's out of town. She said she couldn't be here. Mm-hmm. So I thought rather than that just be a normal everyday event that I should just let go, I thought you could try to guess where Peyton Pierce is this weekend.
Kendall tries to guess where Peyton went!
Your first hint, she said she's 3 states away from Texas. Now I'm gonna give you a multiple choice, so don't stress too much. But I didn't ask if we should count Texas as the first state. I'm gonna count it, like Texas 1, and then right. Now, if you guess this correctly, Johnny, tell her what you'll win.
That's right, Greg. If Kendall guesses right, she'll win this new sport!
So, ladies and gentlemen, Kendall, let's look at a map right now. Here's Texas, and here are the states that are 3 states away from Texas. Number 1, Kansas.
Okay.
Number 2, Arizona. Number 3, Missouri. Number 4, Tennessee. Number 5, Mississippi. Number 6, Colorado. And just in case Peyton went south of the border, the 3rd state down is the state of Tamaulipas. So we have Kansas, Arizona, Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Colorado, or Tamaulipas. And just to increase the tension, I want you to look thoughtful while we play some game show type music.
Okay. I'm gonna say she's in Tennessee.
Tennessee, is that your final answer?
Yes.
Would you like to phone a friend? That's your final answer.
It's my final answer.
I'm sorry to say, the answer is I forgot to ask her. Actually, she just said she was 3 states away, and I thought up this little stupid game show skit without really.
It's okay. I forgive you.
At least somebody does. We have a new sponsor on the show this week. We'd like to welcome the Downtown Crockett Association. The big blues festival is coming up, and let's have a look at that, and we'll be right back.
Camp Street Blues. Come join the celebration April 24th and 25th. Friday night, Texas Flood pays tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. Saturday morning, it's the Car Truck Show and Shine and the Blues and Bones Dog Parade at 11. Come hear Crockett's own Mustang Red, the Misty Blues Band, blues guitarist Sue Foley, and headlining the fabulous Thunderbirds. Get your tickets now. Funded in part by the Houston County Hotel Occupancy Tax and Texas Commission on the Arts.
Well, folks, we had some big stories in the newspaper this week for sure. Courtney Yarbrough, the executive director of the Crockett Housing Authority, let go by the board of directors. Here's how it all went down. Have a look.
No, only mine can be open. The races of personnel.
So you need to go out while we discuss the others. Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying
We're
is,
staying right here and we're going to discuss Courtney today again.
right.
She wants to keep it open like she did last time.
Right. But when it comes to the other items that aren't on
We have
here,
to wait,
we have to close it.
like the other personnel matters. So do you want, we'll just start with Courtney.
Start putting in evaluations.
On January 6th, you were issued a formal performance evaluation and a 90-day warning. This document contains specific mandatory directives from the CHA board regarding job descriptions, standard operating procedures, budget preparations, and the submission of corrective action plan. As of today, March 19th, you have failed to comply with these direct orders. Specifically, refusal to provide documentation that you were ordered to submit a corrective action plan, you have failed to do so. Failure to follow financial directives, you were given a January deadline for budget input. An auditor recommendation, you provided neither despite repeated request. Disregard for board instructions, you were explicitly instructed to consult with Texas housing specialists and to produce bid packets for essential services. You chose not to follow those instructions. The board views this persistent failure to perform assigned duties and refusal to follow direct board mandates as an insubordination, because you have demonstrated an inability or an unwillingness to comply with the authority's directives. I want to make a motion to terminate your employment as executive director effective immediately. At this time, I am asking that you return all CHA property, including master key, gate fobs, your agency laptop, anything and all that, and the officers can accompany you to your office and collect your personal items.
We have a motion on the floor for termination of Courtney.
I would like to second.
Okay. All in favor? Motion carries.
Abstain.
Okay. Got one abstain.
Motion carries.
At this time, I need an officer to escort him.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would just like, before what's still in open session.
Yes.
We'll need to, discuss payout and my final check.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So you're going to accommodate her
Yes, and
to get her items with an officer?
Can I get also?
Now, you can read all about that in the Sunday newspaper. Some of the things we're still looking into, you know, and I've said this before, really both in the paper and on our little podcast here. I have never met Courtney Yarbrough before. Matter of fact, this meeting was the first time that we had actually been in the same room together, as far as I know. I don't know whether she was an amazing executive director, maybe not up to par. I have no opinion on that. I really don't know. And it's not my job really to say. That is for the board to do. And what some of the board members are telling me, both on and off the record, is that you've got two separate things going on here. You've got Miss Yarbrough's performance, which the board considers they handled by letting her go, and you've got this investigation. And they say the two have nothing to do one with the other. And I told them, I said, I'm not going to say that's not true, but you can certainly understand why a lot of people in this town, and probably Miss Yarbrough herself, don't quite see it that way. They probably consider that the two are very much linked together. Again, I'm not saying that. I have no reason to doubt their word. I can tell you that there is a very active investigation going on. I know for sure by the Texas Rangers, and it seems like some other people, there's a HUD inspection that's coming up. That's going to be very crucial for the funding out there. This is a big deal. No matter where you stand on the housing authority and how this all works and what it does for our community, good, bad, or otherwise, this is something that really needs to be addressed and handled. As far as I can tell, even though this was obviously planned beforehand, I don't know that there's someone that's been designated to sort of run the office in the meantime. That may change very quickly. That just was not apparent at that meeting. I also found it interesting, if I'm honest, that Carrie Ann Grounds, who's now the vice chairperson of the board, was the one to deliver the news to Miss Yarbrough and not the chairperson, Lois Ball. I found that to be interesting. I don't know why that would have worked in that way. I'm going to have to check in, and we are checking into when that decision was made, or how this all came about. If it was one board member that just said, I propose, she goes, and everybody happened to agree. It definitely seemed like they all knew what was going on, because there was an officer there, a CPD officer there to escort Miss Yarbrough to get her stuff. She wasn't, bounced out of the building or anything, but, just somebody to kind of go. And Miss Ball took her to the office, and they disappeared. And I don't know what went on back there specifically, but I don't know what's going to come of this. This is a big deal because this is federal funds. And anything to do with federal funds takes a long time to investigate, let's be honest, but there are serious implications here for our little town and for some of the people involved. And from what I hear, the investigation, again, very active and very much ongoing. So we're going to keep looking into it and see what comes of it. Also this week, Crockett City Council had a city council meeting, and the issue of the July 4th fireworks show came up. Now, this is a show that's really become well-loved here in the city. And if you haven't driven into town, it's a really big deal. I mean, there are cars parked for, all the way down around the Civic Center. And my wife and I actually have a little spot. I'm not going to tell you where it is because you'll take our spot, but kind of a little off where you can see it a little bit. It's just kind of easier to get in and out of. And the city basically said, look, the Chamber of Commerce are going to go out and get sponsors to pay for this. But prices are going up. July 4th is a busy weekend for anybody that does fireworks shows. They want us to give them 50% down now. The chamber doesn't have the money. The city wants to put up the, I think it would have been $12,500. Don't quote me on that exact amount, but something like that. I think it was $25,000 for the whole show. And the city wants to put up that money now and say, hey, reserve our space and we'll get the money back from the sponsors. Now, last year, the chamber, working with our great local businesses and even individuals in some cases, I believe, were able to get so much money for the show. We had like $3,600 something left over to apply to this year's show. But of course, the motion did pass. We are going to have a show. Everything's fine. But, things got a little testy. We'll let you see for yourselves.
Right. So what they request, and as you see in the proposals, is a 50% down. So that would require us writing them a check to purchase the fireworks and put them in reserve. And then when the sponsorships come in, we reimburse the city that cost. It's not a guarantee. I can't guarantee that. That's why we have to get council approval. And if council approves to spend that money, there's a lot of cities that spend. They put it in their budget. $1 million. They put a New Year's fireworks show, July 4th. It's very much legal and allowed. My hopes and what we've done so far pretty much every year is raise enough funds to pay for it where it did not come out of taxpayers' money.
So with that being said, so is it always up to the council to do that, or does the chamber, is the chamber able to take lead in move forward with? They
don't have the reserves or the ability to come up with a check for the $12,500 and hold it until sponsorships are coming in. So the chamber wouldn't be willing to do that. If the city is not willing to do that, then we would be put in a position probably that we wouldn't be able to do it. It's not in the budget, so that's why I asked council, do y'all want to support this event and us seek sponsorships for it? I was asking for council support to back it because we have to lock these people down, otherwise they're going to go to another city and do the same thing.
I'm looking at repairing streets and things like that in my precinct, that we have a lot of projects that we need to look at, that we need to take care of, a lot of properties that need to be cleared off and things such as that. So.
One precinct versus the whole city. This is something that the city would enjoy. And there comes a point that you can only repair so many streets with $15,000, $20,000. I'm sorry. I mean, but I got the floor, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, you're talking while I'm talking.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you out of order? Thank you. So in my opinion, I think that there needs to be some events that the community come together, that everything, you have to share other things with your community. This one is significant because it's open to everybody. In the whole community, you can come, you can enjoy, you can fellowship, and I think it's necessary.
And I definitely understand. I definitely understand that. But when your precinct is pretty much in my opinion, it's been neglected for a little bit. There's monies that we need to recover so we can infrastructure, do things in our precinct that's been lacking over the years. So I'm speaking on behalf of Precinct 3. I do want to see the city thrive as a whole, and I do want to see, but I believe that if we do the the firework show, is that it should be done with by donation.
Time to vote. All approved?
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Houston County, Texas is a lot of things. It's our amazing cities and towns, Davy Crockett National Forest, and our fields and streams. It's cattle and lumber, manufacturing and tech support. It's national brands and mom and pops. It's our churches and it's our schools. For many of us, Houston County is home. Come visit us and see for yourself what makes this place special. Houston County, first in Texas history, first in our heart. Well, folks, in this week, Darling Ingredients is sponsoring some of our ag coverage of some of our great ag, FFA, 4-H, all those kind of programs around the county. We want to introduce you to some of this year's 16 ambassadors for the Houston County Fair. Now, the first one to visit us this morning, you may have seen before on the show. It's Kendall Hickson. Kendall, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's been so long since I've seen you. You've changed.
Thank you.
You've changed. Well, this is not your first year as an ambassador. I know that. But tell me kind of what you love about it, what got you into it, what keeps you doing it every year. Tell me what it is to be an ambassador.
So for me, I like to be a Houston County Fair ambassador because it's given me the chance to promote agriculture and connect with families who may not always see the work that goes into raising livestock and sustaining our small town traditions. So doing so, I have realized that it's important to be a welcoming face for our agriculture community. And then for why I got into it, is basically what I just said. Is like, it's so worth it. I've gone to meet so many new people. I've gone to see all the little small town, little fundraisers and this and that. And it is so amazing. I'm so excited.
Well, folks, one of the other young ambassadors we'd like to introduce to you today on the show is young Kate Allen. Kate, thanks for coming by.
Yes, sir.
Now, you're not nervous, are you?
No, sir.
Okay, just making sure. Well, Kate, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got to be an ambassador, what you favorite parts kind of that being an ambassador.
My name is Katherine Allen. I am a 4th generation brink breeder here in Crockett, Texas. And I raise and show registered Brangus cattle. Mm-hmm. I have participated and shown in the county fair since the 3rd grade. Right. I have shown market steers, halter heifers, replacement heifers, basically cattle, because that's what I raise and what I do. And I wanted to be an ambassador because I always love the idea of like promoting the youth and just helping them out and promoting the county fair, because that's what I love to do.
What grade are you in?
I'm in the 8th grade.
8th grade. Okay, so you've still got plenty of time to think about college and future stuff and all of that.
Yes, sir.
Well, you're off to a great start, young lady. Thanks for coming by.
Yes, sir.
And folks would also like to meet Kate's sister, Cleavie Allen, also in the 8th grade and also an ambassador. You're not nervous either, are you?
No, sir.
Well, good. That's good. Maybe I'm the only one nervous. Well, tell us about yourself and being an ambassador and kind of your background.
My name is Cleavie Allen. I'm in the 8th grade. I'm 14 years old. I show registered Brangus cattle, market steers. I've shown it at the Houston County Fair since I was in the 3rd grade.
Right. How do you like being an ambassador, and what's your favorite part?
I really like being an ambassador. My favorite part would probably be getting to help the kids at the county fair and getting to spread the news about the county fair to the kids.
Yeah. Are kids happy when you come and talk to them about the fair?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And what do you want to do one of these days, long in the future when you finish high school or college?
I would like to go into agricultural business and have my own marketing firm.
So, me personally, I have been showing since I was in the 3rd grade, and I am 17 this year, so I've been showing since I was 7. So I've been showing for 10 years. I became a Houston County Fair Ambassador my sophomore year, which was a big blessing. I ran for it before, and I always wanted to run for Houston County Fair Princess or Queen since I was in junior high. But I never had the guts to do it until last year. And I ran last year and didn't make it, which was perfectly fine because I knew I had another year. And I ran again and I made it by the grace of God. So I'm gonna study biomedical sciences at Tarleton State University. I'm accepted into the Honors College and Corps of Cadets, and I plan to become a pediatrician. My favorite part is working with the kids. I love working with the kids. I shadow at a clinic in Crockett, and they always give me the kids whenever they come in because it's my favorite part, hence pediatrics, but that's always my favorite part. I love working with the kids and working the show rings because you can tell who's anxious, and a lot of the time they're at the front of the line, and so usually you can whisper to them without the judge always noticing, or if he does notice, then that's okay, but usually the really nervous ones are about 9 or 10, and I like to calm their nerves because if you don't, the animal senses it and they don't show as well. So I want them to have the best experience that they possibly can.
I'm a senior at Latexa High School. I'm the president of our FFA chapter, and I show a Beefmaster heifer through our FFA.
What's been your favorite part of being involved with the fair as an ambassador?
My favorite part of being an ambassador is like the bond that I've created with everyone else. Most of the people I never really considered like actually having a real conversation with. So being able to like get to know more people and have a true conversation, and then we all get to share ideas is really something good because you build something off of that. And then obviously just being able to be involved with other kids and their projects. They have questions, I'm here, we're all there. So it's really fun being able to be in that.
And you're a senior this year. Any
Yes.
plans after high school?
Yes, so I'm going to SFA, and I'm studying in pre-nursing now, and then I'm going to go into nursing.
Well, my name is Brayden Barron. I'm 17 years old. I'm a junior at Grapeland High School. I've been an ambassador for the past 4 years. I started in 8th grade, and I've been showing in the county fair since I was in 3rd grade. I started out in junior FFA with rabbits, but I wanted more. So the ambassador program was a great way for me to go further and help others out in ways that I wouldn't be able to without the ambassador program. I now show sheep at the Texas Majors, cattle at the Texas Majors, and rabbits at the county fair. And it's been because of the ambassador program that's helped me with the leadership and the confidence to be able to do that.
And you talk about helping others. How have you been able to help, others, younger kids, as an ambassador?
Well, as an ambassador, I've been able to help educate the younger kids, especially with our elementary tour that we have at the county fair. I've actually ran the home and garden station of that for the past 2 years, presenting the home and garden side to them and explaining to them, if you may not have room for the animals, you can do the home and garden and still participate in the fair.
Last question, you're junior, so you don't really have to start worrying about this too much, but plans after high school, you thinking of that?
After high school, I plan to try and go to Texas Tech to become a vet, go somewhere like Sam Houston for my undergrad program, and then transfer into Tech for the grad program.
Hello, my name is Mia Davis. I am a senior at Crockett High School, and I'm very active in FFA. And so while being involved in FFA, I learned a lot about the fair and like showing and things like that. And I've been showing rabbits for the past 5 years. And so that really influenced me to want to help others with their show experience and showing in the fair. So that's really why I wanted to be an ambassador.
I know Crockett's got an amazing rabbit program, especially.
Yes.
What has been your favorite part about being an ambassador? What have you enjoyed the most?
I think I've enjoyed just being able to help influence other people's experience, because I know when I first started I was very nervous, but having those people around me that really helped me be more comfortable in my environment and like learn a lot more really helped.
And last question, senior this year, have you started to think about what comes after high school?
Yes, sir. I'm going to be attending Texas Tech and studying pre-veterinary science to become a veterinarian.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Well, my name is Sherlyn Garcia. I'm a senior this year, and I've been in FFA for 5 years. And then my advisor, he told me about the Houston County Fair Ambassadors, and he told me that I had a real shot of making it, and he convinced me to apply, and so I did. And that was 2 years ago, and I've been an ambassador for 2 years now.
Well, what's your favorite part about being an ambassador?
Well, I think my favorite part is working with all the kids at the actual fairgrounds. I mean, a lot of these kids, it's their first times, and they look for people to help them, and then we're there to help them with everything they need and all their rabbits and their animals. And I specifically work with rabbits a lot, so being able to teach everything that I've learned to those kids is probably one of my favorite parts about fair.
Senior this year?
Yes, sir.
Any plans after high school yet?
Yes, I'm going to the University of Texas at Tyler, and I'm going to be studying nursing.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Diana Gomez, and I am 17 years old. I'm a senior at Crockett High School, and I am my FFA chapter's president, and I've been in FFA for 5 years. I'm the barn manager of our it's a rabbitry program that we have for our students. Very, very successful.
That's where I know you from,
yes,
the rabbits.
I'm not trying to be biased, but
yes.
I believe that is a very good program for our students. And I was a cheerleader, a varsity cheerleader for 4 years, and a two-time an All-American cheerleader as well. For me to be an ambassador, I believe that just the interview part, being myself, was where it had to stand. Because with personality and being who you are and showing your true colors with other people is really how you get places.
No question about that. And I can see that you've been in FFA a while. You're such a good speaker.
Thank you.
You are a senior this year.
Yes, sir.
Any plans after high school?
Yes, I want to attend Sam Houston University. I believe that Well, actually, I don't believe. I am going to major in animal science with a teaching degree. I want to be an ag teacher. And I want to be an ag teacher because the way that I was inspired and taught about agriculture and FFA is the same exact way I want to teach others about agriculture and FFA.
Last question. You're so busy. What is it about being an ambassador that you found you really love, your favorite part?
I believe that my favorite part is just being around for the kids and helping them out. If they have any questions or need help with their projects, I will always be there for them to give them a hand or any advice, really. It's just, I think it's the kids that makes me love being an ambassador.
At Darling Ingredients, we're more than a company. We're a driving force in transforming materials that others often view as waste into valuable products that feed animals, fertilize crops to fuel trucks and planes, and nourish people across the globe. From sustainable solutions that reduce food waste to innovative materials that shape industries, our work makes a meaningful impact in supporting daily life and demonstrates that sustainability and profitability can go hand in hand. From right here in Houston County to more than 15 countries around the world, Darling Ingredients, exactly as nature intended.
Well, folks, welcome back to Houston County News. And this week we have a special guest, old friend of ours we haven't been able to see in a while. It's our pal Kevin KJ Johnson. KJ, how you been, man?
Oh man, I'm doing a lot better than I was.
So I hear. Now we've missed you.
Yeah.
We missed that good chicken and the other things. But we'll get to all that.
Yeah.
First of all, we're really glad to see you back in town.
Well, thank you. Yeah, glad to be back.
You've been gone since
November the 1st.
Holidays and everything. Well, why don't you tell us how this all happened and where you've been?
Man, first of all, I want to give a shout out to the Houston County, the paramedics, Brandon and Jarvis. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be sitting here, and my whole fiasco has been like a relay race. They stabilized me. They stayed 45 minutes at my house when I couldn't breathe. It felt like it was an elephant on my chest. And they passed me out. They knocked me out, and they was trying to intubate me, so they had to intubate me, and I wasn't having it. So that's why they had to do what they had to do. But if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. And then they got me stable, like I said, 45 minutes at my house until I got to the hospital here.
Yeah.
They had a care flight waiting on me. Well, you can see I'm not so small.
Yeah.
And then me plus the machines wasn't fitting in that small care flight. So I had to wait almost about 3 hours or so for another care flight to come. So the people at the hospital, the nurses in the emergency room, they were like, fine. I met one of them Wednesday. No, wait a minute. It might have been Monday.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been going around trying to see all the people that had that was on my team that helped me. And she was one of them. And shout out to all the rest of them. And then the doctor that was there that night, I don't know who he was.
God, you don't realize this is just another day to them, but to you, you know where you'd be if it weren't for them.
And I get choked up thinking about it, man. It's the importance of them being here. That's why when they have the hospital committee votes and all that stuff, to keep the hospital here and whatever, that's so important. Just think about it, if I had to go all the way to Palestine, all the way to Lufkin.
We wouldn't be talking.
We wouldn't be talking, man.
Neither one of us would be here.
Exactly. So it's very important that they be here. Again, 45 minutes, they worked on me.
Yeah.
And got me here, and I stayed at the ER for probably about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours so before the other care flight could come to take me to Conroe. Went to Conroe. I was intubated and everything. Stayed there about a week. And I was intubated, whatever. As soon as they pulled it out, Sharonda, my wife, was telling me I was talking, and some of my frat brothers had come up and to see me, and different relatives. And I was able to talk to them. And that went on for about 6 to 8 hours, something like that. Then my heart got to acting up on me. It went to fluttering, and I went out. I died, and I stayed dead for 15 minutes. They pumped on me.
Oh, man.
And hit me with the defibrillator twice. As soon as I got a bed at Memorial Hermann, they care flighted me. But it just so happened it was that night that I coded. It took them down. Then this is my wife. She telling me all the stories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I've got bits and pieces from the doctors that I'm finna get into.
You don't remember much of this at all.
Look here, let me tell you something. When I went out with Jarvis them, I don't remember anything till I woke up on the 23rd of November. So that was from the 1st of November to the 23rd.
You lost 3 weeks.
Lost 3 weeks. And then, from me coding, I'm thinking.
And you talk 6 to 8 hours with your friends.
And I
don't remember any of it.
Don't remember anything. I even made a post on Facebook.
That's terrifying.
Letting people know what was going on, and
God, that's so scary.
But I'm all right, and then I went out again. That heart, I got right side heart failure. And heart stopped working, and they had to do what they do to get me up. Yeah. When I got to Memorial Hermann, I was like at rock bottom. The doctor, one of the doctors said that don't look too good for me. That's what he told one of my family members. Right. And but if you know me, I'm a fighter.
Yeah.
I don't give up. And forgive me, my brain, I don't know if it was from me being out. I might have had a little brain damage in my mind.
The details kind of.
And then my speech kind of jumbles up sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, so forgive me if I do jumble up. If you don't understand something I'm saying.
No. Look, when I was in Memorial Herman, same spot.
Hey.
I would lay there and I don't know why, I got a stutter. Never had a stutter before, never had one since.
Yeah.
But I would say, can I? Why? I don't know. The brain's, you know.
Because when I woke up, my arms was strapped to the rails. I was lit up, had tubes everywhere, you know, and they had trached me, and I'm just saying, the IV pole looked like a Christmas tree.
Just
all the lights and the different medicines and stuff they had me on. But like I say, they immediately put me on life support when I got there.
Yeah.
I was on for 2 weeks. This is a funny thing. When I woke up on the 23rd, I looked to the right. It was my daughter. Looked to the left. It was my wife. And I'm looking. I'm like, who are these people? Where am I? You know?
Wow.
And I said, oh, that's my daughter right there. Then I looked and I said, oh, that's my wife right there. My memory was coming back. And so, I mean, if I had known you like years before, I wouldn't remember, see my mouth getting, I wouldn't remember your name.
Yeah.
And so.
Your brain's like restarting and warming up. And
exactly.
Yeah.
Had to warm up to what's going on. And then people come in, I'm like, I know you. That was just that was like a quarter of the storm that I was in.
Well, before we get into the next part, you know, I didn't really tell, some people may have no idea who you are. KJ's a big part of this community in a lot of ways. You're involved in a lot of groups, former law enforcement, worked a lot in education, fighting drugs and stuff. And then the last 2 or 3 years, you've had this food truck that has really taken off. I mean, you guys were
everywhere.
Just every weekend, I would even tell the wife, we got to go see KJ. And I'd look you up and, oh, he's in Madisonville. Or, oh, he's over here, you know. So you're in the hospital. You remember your name? You remember people around you? Now you got to start coming back, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Brain, body, soul, heart, everything, right?
Yeah, right. And I hadn't eaten. They were feeding me through tubes, and I hadn't drank anything. And when I woke up, and I couldn't talk, I'm like, you know, and I'm laying down.
Yeah.
My hands are strapped to the bars, and I see them, and I'm like, you know, and I'm trying to figure out where I am, what am I doing, and I'm talking to them, and nothing's coming out. You know, and my daughter said, Mom, he's trying to find out what happened. And then she began to tell me, you know, and I'm like, what? Then I'm looking, I can look down and see that I am in a hospital bed. And I mean, it's like, it was crazy, man. I mean, it was something I wouldn't want my worst enemy to go through.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
I'm telling you.
I know. And we talked about this because I called you once or twice while you were down there.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure we mention, you know, so many times when I was in there, not nearly as long as you, good Lord, but I'd look over and the wife sleeping on the couch. Yeah. No way she was going to, you know. It was tough for me, KJ, because there's a part of you that goes, just go home. I don't want you to see me like this. I got to get through this, and you keep living, and there's the other part that, you know, you just think, God bless these people, man. I love them so much. They're here when I have no one and nothing, you know.
I tell you, you know, and I did several times, but she's more hard-headed than I am.
That's why you love her.
She wouldn't go home, and people would send her text messages, you should come home and do this, and you should do. She was like, I'm not doing that. I don't know why they sending me these texts. I'm going to be right here. because I couldn't talk. She said she had to advocate for me, and which is true.
Absolutely.
You know, her and my daughter were there from my side from November the 1st up until February the 2nd.
That's when you got it, February the 2nd?
When I touched back in Crockett.
Boy, how did that feel, driving back home?
Man, I tell you what, well, it was, we left, they discharged me.
Right.
You know, I got to find my vocabulary with you. All that is crazy.
You still talk better than I do, so don't feel bad.
But they discharged me about 7:30. I didn't recognize where what was or what anything. I mean, it's crazy.
That's a long time, though.
And you know, the house was just like it was when I left.
Right.
They came back and got clothes, but they left everything like it was.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm gonna tell you something, though, man. The feeling that I had to be home to be able to sit in that recliner was awesome. You know, I mean, I'm telling you. But I was supposed to be home December before
Christmas,
New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a blood infection. And they called somebody, and I passed out. I was out for 2 weeks and didn't know where I was. I started therapy. I stood up. I couldn't even stand up. And no longer than 10 seconds, I had to sit down. You know, it was rough. But
you got in here this morning pretty well.
Oh, shoot, man. I can get it now. Yesterday in therapy, I rode the bike for 3 miles, and I walked for 2.5 laps. I walked 2.5 laps, almost a mile. My goal is to walk a mile before I even leave. But
well, before we get to the big picture stuff.
Okay.
How you doing now? What the next steps? You gonna go get the food truck going again? Like what?
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
Yeah. Okay. So my goal, and the doctor didn't want me to do anything for a whole year. And it's gonna take a full year, and I can see it'll take a full year to recover.
Oh yeah.
So November 1st, I'll be really just turned loose. But she said she would allow me to do some things if I had a staff, and all I did just stood around. I couldn't even take orders for long, you know. So, and then she said, no, June the 1st, you know, I could really come out. But I'm gonna try something. I might do the Blues Fest, you know, and that'll be a little trial to kind of see where I am and where my crew is working and see what I can do. You know, I need that before I even really start. And so that's what my goal is. But
now, these things change your life.
Yeah.
Anything like this. And obviously physically, and you're going to probably have to take more pills than you ever thought you'd take in your life.
I'm taking 13 in the morning, 8 at night.
Exactly.
But 7 during the afternoon.
Oh yeah. They sent me home with IV balls and a freezer. I mean, it's just insane. But that's not the real change, though, is it? So what has this? And as you say, you're not out of it yet.
Yeah,
I mean, completely. You know.
Well, getting home was half the battle.
Amen.
You know, and the rest is the rehab, rehabilitation. You know, and believer, just like my shirt says, Lucifer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You go ahead and read it. I want to.
Yeah, it says Lucifer whispered, "You can't withstand a storm." And it said he whispered back and said, "I am the storm."
Oh, that's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And I believe that because without God and my faith, bro, I'm gonna tell you, I'd be a it'd be one and done with
you. Would have given up.
I'm gonna tell you this brief testimony. I was out. Jarvis then brought me back, you know, and was able to get me here. But it was like I was laying on a gurney and I saw some dim lights on each side. I was like in a cave, and then they went as far as I could see. And I was laying back, and I saw my mother and my grandmother. They were shaking their finger at me, you know, like either, you know, me being comical. I'm like they used to get me out of trouble in high school. we, you know, but now they were like, you know, we're gonna talk to this man. You're not gonna come see us right now. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, it was a voice came, and it said it was gonna give me another shot, and if I didn't do what I needed to do, I was coming back to see him. You know, I mean, and honestly, and check this out. I can't make this up. I was laying on this gurney and the sheet started shaking. You know how you do your little laundry or whatever. And lint balls about the size of a softball was flying off. And each ball represented a situation or whatever that I was in. Like if I had gotten into it with this person, make it right, especially if it's something little.
Something stupid.
Exactly. If you need to apologize to somebody for something you did or said, you need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And if you know somebody that's doing something illegal, bring them to me or try to do your part in making this race thing right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was in those balls, and it was several other balls came out. We don't have time to go through all of them, but I'm just saying.
When you're laying there and you feel how close you are.
Yeah, man.
Boy, what's important and what really ain't that important, all of a sudden it's real clear.
It's real clear, you know, and it would be nurses or aides or maintenance or the custodial service coming in the room.
Right.
And I made it a point, if they came in having a bad day, I made it a point to make them leave with a smile. And I mean, my wife could tell you that.
I know exactly what you mean. Yep.
It was like the new me. I'm doing as God asked me to do.
That's right.
You know, and so even if you were feeling bad, I seen you somewhere one day or whatever, you know, and I mean, don't worry about it, Grace. It's gonna be all right. Yeah. You know, you and I, we brothers. You know, white man, black man, don't matter.
Yeah, but you don't see that stuff before something like this, before God slaps you in the face.
Yeah.
Little stuff is important, and that guy gave me a dirty look last week. I'm not even talking, whatever, you know?
Yeah, and
it's all so silly.
It's so silly, man.
Yeah,
you know, over just little small stuff, you know, and I'm like, you know, come on. I mean, what is the problem? Do you have a problem with me?
Yeah.
I mean, and why? I want to know. I mean, because I don't want to have no issues.
Well, first of all, it's a shame that it does sometimes take God to kind of shake us up. Mm-hmm. It's a shame we don't just live our lives that way all the time. You know, live every day like it's Christmas Day and that kind of mood.
Right.
But we are, you know, human. But
just like he knocked Paul off his mule.
That's right. That's right. Little wake-up call. We all need it. But, you know, not to put any pressure on you.
You're right.
But I do feel like the good Lord has saved you for some kind of purpose.
Man, it's...
and I don't know what it is, but I hope you find it.
And you know, my track team, my summer track team that I coach, Katina Bryson, Latera Simpson, they had a prayer vigil for me. I didn't find out until after my wife told me the second time I woke up. Yeah. And then I called Katina as soon as I could talk, and I talked to her, and I just couldn't talk for crying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the feeling that I had knowing that it was people here depending on missing me. I mean, the text and the Facebook messages that I received, it was over 200 some Facebook messages that I had received, and I didn't go through all of them. I didn't finish going through all of them until about the end of February.
I bet.
You know, and
it's a wonderful life, George Bailey.
That man,
you make a big effect on people, man.
Boy,
yes, sir.
Man.
Well, yeah, I've been wanting to get you in here for a while, as you know, and I said, well, whenever you're home and feeling up to it, so I'm glad we finally did it. And we've been talking about this for a while, and a lot of this stuff stops being important.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, the black-white stuff, or who's Baptist or Methodist. I mean, man, that stuff's so silly.
It is.
I mean, we all bleed red. We all love our families, and it's good to have you back, man. I'm trying not to get emotional myself. But it's good to have you back.
I'm gonna tell you, and I talked with you. You had talked with me while I was there. I'm gonna tell you, and you gave me some strength and some hope, because you did not say, well, I need to talk to you now because I'm not going to talk to you later on. You said, I'll see you when you get back.
Right. Because I know what, and it takes a while, you know?
Yeah, and I called, okay, for strength. I'm going to tell you, Pastor Moffitt, my pastor.
Good man.
Bethel Baptist Church, I tell you what, I called him. He prayed for me. I asked for prayer. He prayed for me and, talked with me a little bit, and I got strength from his talk. But my strength came from my wife and my daughter sitting on that couch, sleeping on that couch in that recliner chair, and I'm like, my wife, her legs were starting to swell up, her ankles and stuff. I said, I got to get out of here. So I was doing everything I could.
I know.
Eating right and doing when I went to therapy, they asked me to do 10 reps, I do 20.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of here for them.
Well, welcome home.
Thank you.
And God bless you. And thanks for coming by this morning.
Thank you. God bless you as well. God bless everybody. Because we all need God. A lot of people don't know. I'm telling you, and faith without works is dead. You got to have faith. Of course, you're going to pray. But you're not going to just sit on your butt after you pray. You got to get up and move around. You got to do what you prayed for.